What is up, homies and homettes? This is Luke coming back at you with an update for Sygg River Cutthroat. Now, with Sygg, I was running kind of an unblockable deck with a lot of control-y aspects. So the idea was you get in there with something that's unblockable, and then you mess them up with the Quietest Spike, that kind of thing, Fire Shrieker, those kinds of pieces of equipment. That's all gone now. This is just a draw-go combo deck now. It's difficult to kill that many people when you have one or two creatures that you're trying to one-shot your opponents with. So this is these are a few of the things that have come in, and all of the, I won't go into detail as to exactly what's come out, but like all of the Bident of Thassa's, the stuff that draws you cards, those are all gone now. So, what else do we have instead? I'm going to talk to you about an alternate win con, another couple of combos that I've got. So, Duskmantle Guildmage works with Mindcrank. Mindcrank costs 2, and whenever an opponent loses life, that player puts that many cards from the top of their library into the graveyard. So if you lose 2 life, you mill 2. If you lose 5 life, you mill 5. Duskmantle Guildmage is a Dimir 2/2, and if you pay 1 in a Dimir, whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere in this turn, that player loses 1 life. So it becomes an infinite loop, and you mill your opponent out. This is a mean and funny and unexpected combo that you can definitely use. I'm not, because a couple of guys in my play group are whining that there are too many combo pieces in here and too many game-ending combos. So because of being such freaking babies, I have to figure something else out. And I'm talking to you, Josh. What you gonna do? Just kidding. So that's Mindcrank. I'm not sure if I had Lord Arcanus in here before, but I'll show him to you anyway. 3 and 3 blue for a 3/4. You tab him and you draw 3 cards. You can also pay 2 and 2 blue to return him back to your hand from play. He's good. He's not wonderful, but he's good. When all you want to do is draw cards. The other combo that I have, I'm not sure if I had it in before, but I definitely have it in now, is Lab Maniac. If you would draw a card, if you have no cards in your hand and you need to draw with Lab Maniac out, instead of losing the game, you win. Now, what you do is you cast Demonic Consultation. Now, this is a really, 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 really long card, TLDR. So what you do is you name a card, and then you remove the top 6 cards from your library from the game, and then you reveal the next card to all players. If it's not that card, then you put it into your hand. If it is that card, you put it into your hand. If it's not, you remove it from the game, and you keep milling and revealing until you hit that card. And when that card appears, you put it into your hand or whatever. Basically, we're going to name a card that's not in our deck. I like to name Felidar Sovereign because it's funny. It's another instant win. So basically, you put down Lab Maniac, and then you cast Demonic Consultation. You name something that's not in your deck, you mill your entire deck, and you win immediately. You can do that at instant speed with the Demonic Consultation. Just have counter magic ready, because somebody's going to try and kill your Lab Maniac to stop you from winning the game, and that has happened to me, and it feels so bad. I'm just about to win the game, boom, nothing. Oh, look, there's the Swords to Plowshares. Well, shit. So that's the Consultation. It's another just insta-win. Other control-y aspects, Illusionist Gambit. I actually just got this recently. So if somebody's going to attack you, this is a way that you can tell them to go and hit somebody else. It's an instant for 2 and 2 blue. You cast it only during the declare blocker step on an opponent's turn. Basically, you remove all the attacking creatures from combat and you untap them, and then there's another combat phase, but they can't attack you or a planeswalker that you control. So if somebody's trying to alpha strike you, you cast this, remove them from combat, and you have to point them at somebody else. And that's a cool little thing to do. Dig through time. Delve, look at top 7 cards of your library and put 2 of them into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library. It's 6 and 2 blue delve. Soothsaying, more card manipulation and deck manipulation. Costs 1. It's an enchantment. You pay 3 and 2 blue to shuffle your library, but what we're doing is the X. X is look at the top X cards of your library and put them back in any order. So you get stuff that you want more quickly. Fact or fiction. It's kind of the best draw spell for possible for EDH. 3 and a blue instant, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Pick an opponent, one that is politically motivated to help you. You can also make deals. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't do that, where it's just like, hey, I'm going to fact or fiction. You're gonna 5-0 me? I'll help you out later. That kind of thing. So you pick your favorite opponents, and they separate the cards into 2 piles, and you grab one pile. One goes into your hand, and the other goes into your graveyard. More mana, Thran Dynamo. It's an artifact, costs 4, and then you can tap it for 3 colorless. Tamiyo. I'm not sure if I had Tamiyo before, but if I didn't, forgive the repetition. 3 and 2 blue for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. And +1 is tap target permanent, and it doesn't untap during the controller's next untap, so you sticky tap. Next, you can -2 and draw a card for each tapped creature that target player controls. And then if you -8, you can alter to gain an emblem with you have no maximum hand size, and whenever a card is put in the graveyard from anywhere, you get to put it back into your hand. She's really good. Copy artifact. It do what it says. Talent of the Telepath. This is kind of funny. 2 and 2 blue for a sorcery. Target opponent reveals the top 7 cards of their library, and you can cast an instant or sorcery card from among them without paying a mana cost. Then they put the rest of those cards into their graveyard. If you have spell mastery, if you've got 2 or more instants and or sorceries in your graveyard, you can cast up to 2 revealed cards instead. Pretty darn cool. Curse of the Swine, X and 2 blue. Exile X target creatures, and for each exiled creature, they get a green boar. That's a 2/2 creature token. I don't have any boars. I should probably get one if I'm going to make people have boars. But I digress. The reason that's in here is because you're not destroying anything. You are exiling them, and that's really good. So, Dragonlord Silumgar. I'm not sure if I had this in before, but it's 3/5 flying Death Touch legendary dragon, and costs 4 and a Dimir. And when he comes into the battlefield, gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as you control Dragonlord Silumgar. Another steel spell. Disallow, which is out of Aether Revolt, I think. Yeah. Counter target spell activated ability or triggered ability for 1 and 2 blue. This is a hot counter spell for EDH. So good. Ether Spouts, already talked about it. It's already in there. For each attack a creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Then you got Treachery, steal a creature, and untap 5 lands. So the idea again is just kind of you're going to be stealing your opponent's creatures, and that's just sort of the way it is. No more trying to get in with unblockable creatures. This is just a lot better. You stay out of the fray. Anybody that aims something at you, you counter, and then you just combo off when you get a chance. So that is the way that Sygg works. You draw a lot of cards, so you're in good shape. Just try and keep your turns a little short, I guess. Some people bitch that my turns take a long time, but when you've got half your deck in your hands, then, they're going to take a while. So either play faster or tell them to go fuck themselves. Pardon my French. All right, if you have any other questions, feel free and leave a comment. Like, subscribe. Let me know how I can make these videos better. Any other deck techs that you would like to see. I ain't a rich guy, but I do love talking Magic talk. So there's also going to be some pretty sweet modern builds coming up in these deck techs as well. So take care, guys, and I'll check you later.